Well, tonight you are all in for not just a treat, but a wonderful, wonderful training. As I present to you the trainer for this evening, none other than Mr. Al Murray. Now, Mr. Murray is a John Maxwell certified speaker. He's a well renowned trainer and coach. Actually, he's the trainer extraordinaire. So let me say this. I know you hear this a lot, and sometimes it go in one ear and not the other, but don't let that happen tonight. Make sure you have a pen and paper to be able to write down notes, because the information he's going to bring to you tonight can actually help you grow your business. And after all, that's what we're all here for tonight, right? To find out how we can grow fast, expediently in this awesome, awesome club secret opportunity. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you the trainer extraordinaire, Mr. Al Murray. Mr. Murray, you have the floor.
All right, all right, all right. Yes, indeed. I certainly appreciate that incredible introduction. For those of you that don't know Mrs. Warren, you definitely will know of her very, very soon. She is tearing this business up. Let me just tell you straight away, she's having an incredible amount of success. Congratulations to you on your success, ma'am. Listen, folks, I am so excited to be before you here today. As Ms. Warren asked, please grab pen and paper. We're going to go through some things that you are definitely going to want to take some notes on. We're going to go through a couple of exercises as well. Listen, this is going to be a power-packed, about an hour, maybe a little less, of good training. So please grab that pen and paper. It's going to be paramount to your success here today. And I tell you, I'm still jamming from all of that good music myself, boy. I tell you, Roy Ayers, I was young when it came out, but my dad played him all the time. I remember that song. That's one of my favorite songs. It came out in 1976. And then I tell you, make me want to holler. We didn't get a whole lot of it, but Marvin Gaye, he's from the DC area, man. And that's just one of my good songs there too, because it has that nice bongos in the background and what have you. So excellent music there, Miss Warren. Just trying to cover a little bit of time so that you can be serious and grab pen and paper. Listen, for those of you that don't know me, Ms. Warren did an excellent introduction, but I'm about to get into some serious information here, and I want to make sure that all of you all are ready to participate, because understand I'm going to need some chat participation here as well. So open your chats up. We're going to go through a little bit of an exercise right up front. So get your chats open, grab your pens and your paper, because we've got it. And I see folks are still chiming on as well. So, they say it's important to be on time. But I tell you, there's no better time than this time right here, right now, today, tonight is the best time of the day to be taking advantage of what you are about to get today. And so listen, without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. I see we got about 44, 45 folks on here now. So look, we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, as I said, I'm going to need a little bit of not a little bit, I'm going to need a lot of participation. And I see we've got folks chiming in from all over the globe right now, all over the US, and we're excited about that. So listen, with this participation in the chat, right, I'm going to go through something. I really believe in what I'm going to share with you here today, and you're going to understand what I'm doing here in just a few moments. So listen, based upon you, this is my question to you. All right, this is my question to you, and you'll see a response in green. I want you to write down a response, something similar, but make it yours on your piece of paper, right? So based upon everything that you've seen so far, how much money would you need to make a month to make this worth your while? Now, what I need you to do, you can write it down on the paper, and if you feel comfortable, type it in the chat. We'd like to know how much it is you would like to make per month through this opportunity. And I'll put it right there. My immediate goal, I love Mr. Eric Teray Muhammad, 36K right off the break. See, I'm definitely shooting right there. Well, my first break is going to be at about 10,000, right? 25K. I see it. I love it. We've got some dreamers, some workers, and some folks that understand what it is to do well. 10K a month. I see you, Mr. Jans. All right. Anybody else? 10K, 15K. I see you. Don't be scared. All right. I need you to utilize this chat. We're going to use this a little bit. I see 20K. Look, we got some folks that are, all right. 15K, 20K. Look, who else? 36. I see you, Miss Warren. I love it. Dr. David Hollins, 20K. Sherby Watkins, 10K. I see you. I love it. I love it. I love it. So listen, I'm going to move on to the next question, right? All right. So great. How many hours per week would you be willing to give your business on a part-time basis to make $10,000 a month? All right. Now I got a response over here in green, right? You're going to type your response in the chat and you're going to write it down on your paper. We got a lot of folks coming in. See, and we're all ready to start it. You guys are late. You want to make, you do not want to make a habit of being late. But here's the thing, folks. I need you to go to that chat. How many hours per week would you be willing to work to make that a reality? All right. We see 20. I see 20 again. All right. I see 4 to 5 hours a week, 40 hours. 5 hours, 40 plus, outstanding. See, that's why 40 plus hours, that's why that gentleman is looking for 36K a month. Exactly. Jerry Knight, 10K. All right, I got that. How many hours? Thank you so much for that. How many hours would you be willing to work? All right, I see you, Mr. Brito, 20 hours. All right, Maurice Wade, 20 a week. I got you. I got you. All right, 20, 20, 60. All right, we're going to do some overtime. All right, so now you already see the next question, right? Outstanding. How many months would you be willing to work 20 hours a week? Now we're putting your numbers in there, right? But I'm using this example, 20 hours a week. How many months would you be willing to work 20 hours per week to make $10,000 a month a reality for you and your family? How many months? The example uses 12. How many months? I need you to start typing in the chat. 60 months. All right, that's 5 years. How many months? 20. Oh no, we still on hours. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to type in the chat. Well, am I just missing it? There we go. All right, it's just moving on for me. 9 months, 3 months, 12 months. I see it. I got to catch up. See, I don't normally use this chat over here. 12 months, 9 months. I see you. All right, 12 months. Anybody else? 12 months. I see you, Miss Lee. All right, 9 months. Outstanding. We've got folks still jumping in on the chat, right? So here in closing, if I could show you how to make $10,000 a month, working 20 hours a week over the next 12 months, is there anything else that you need to know before getting started? All right, folks. Now, you've decided how much you want to make a month, how many hours you're going to put towards it, and how long you're going to initially start to do that, right? So you're going to do it. You want a certain income. You're committing to a certain number of hours for a certain period of time, right? And so, folks, here's what I want to do. I want to take you to our next chart. Now, actually, before I move to the next chart, I need you to see this right here. And what this is this is our 4-part close. All right. So some of you are leaders. You are at different levels on this call right now. And so this is one of the closes that I use when I'm looking to walk somebody into the business. I don't really like to use the word close. It's kind of like recruiting versus sponsoring, right? We like to walk people into the business, give them enough information to make an informed decision for themselves, and then walk them through the process of getting started. This is the activity that we want to what? Duplicate within our organization. So this is what I want you to take a screenshot of. Okay, some of you might have took a screenshot of the last page, but take a screenshot of this, because this is what you're going to get to start using if you're not using something similar already, right? So look, while you get your screenshots, I'm going to move forward. Now, this is our monthly income chart, folks. This is just one of the 7 different ways that we get paid. You said you wanted me to show you how to make a particular income. So look, In my example, my person wanted to make $10,000 a month, right? But what I want to do is I want to show them that you can start off here, 5 and 5. That's 5 on your left side, 5 on the right. We call it 5 squared, and that's bronze. We've got bronze folks on the line here today. Excited about that too, because most of the folks that hit bronze, that have already hit bronze this month, guess what? That's where they finished up last month. And so halfway through this month, they're already where they're at, where they finished last month. I call that momentum, folks. And listen, the momentum is really about to kick in starting now. Our next rank, silver, 10 and 10. And so you can find the amount that you're looking for right in here. And so in my example, what was it? 500 and 500. We call it 500 squared, right? And so that's what it's going to take. 500 people on your left, 500 people on your right. We call it a blue diamond, right? That's $10,000 a month. This is what Eric Toure Muhammad, Mr. Muhammad, designated as his goal. 36K. We see what it is. 2,000 on the left, 2,000 on the right. We call it a purple diamond, right? And purple is that color of royalty. So I really respect that, right? So listen, you can see how far we can go all the way up to here, folks. And they're setting some goals. There are a couple of folks that have already hit that. Some of our top affiliates, we're excited about that. But listen, this is where you can take your folks to show them. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through how to get to these different ranks, what we need to do in our businesses to stay on top of our business, to keep track of our business, and to grow and launch our business, folks. Understand that what we want to do is we're going to use this Rapid Funnel app to keep track of our business. It's excellent. If you're using a Rapid Funnel, type me in the chat. If you already use the Rapid Funnel app, please type me in the chat. I'm telling you, folks, this is awesome. It's one of the most incredible tools that I've used in this industry in a long time. And so we're going to focus on UN2, right? And as we just saw, folks, we never want to make our minimums our maximums. We're going to focus on UN2 squared, right? That's 2 on the left and 2 on the right, personally sponsored by you, okay? And so look, we're going to show you how to make this happen. And so I'm going to give you a quick look at my organization, if you will, so far. And this is a lot of folks on this call organization, okay? But here's the thing. As you look at this, you start off here. You've got a sponsor. You want to sponsor your first 2. Here they are, all right? 1 and 2. Guess what, folks? Doesn't work like that all the time for everybody. In some cases, the first sponsor might show up somewhere down here. Why? Because you get love from above. What that means is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Folks, understand in reality. Listen, if you've had somebody placed on your team, no, we're not even going to go there because I already know, and some of you already know what's happening and how we're building this so incredibly, right? But this is why it's so important to come back and get your 4 ultimately, right? Why is that? Because you need 2 to become, you need to have your membership first and foremost to be active. And then you need 2 active agents to become qualified. Okay, so your 2 agents need to have what? A secrets membership, right? They need to be a part of the club, okay? And so here's the thing. What happens if one of these folks drop off? So you have your 2 and one of them has a little financial difficulty. Can't make the payment right now. Guess what? You're no longer qualified and you don't hold commissions that run through your organization. All right. So it's important, folks, as you are an agent, you have to understand the importance of and value that you bring to the team. And the team understands the importance and value that you bring to the team by also working with you and working this as a team build. That's so important, folks. And that's why we want to do it. Now, let's talk about that love from above. Okay. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to step right here, okay? And I'm just want to break a couple of things down for you as we move forward. So let's just say this is you, and we're going to talk about a list, right? This is a list of 100 plus, right? It should have pluses next to each of these 100s, okay? But here's the thing. This is you. This is your business, and everything is going to run through you, right? And so with that, what we're doing is you're going to sponsor your first 2, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Okay. And now you're qualified. Now, here's the thing. By the time you get up and running, sometimes what happens is you may be sponsored. Remember, if you're on, let's say you're on the right side, that means your sponsor is probably right here or somewhere along this lineage above you. So you come in, right? And then somebody may be placed in your organization. Now, there's a benefit to receiving a placement. All right. You get a placement in your organization, you're going to start receiving, once you're qualified, you will start receiving the binary income and all the other incomes that come with that, with the exception of the base. Okay. Now, if you personally sponsor Kim, she will count as a base affiliate. Okay. Now, understand what I'm saying. When we talk about base, remember that chart we just talked about, I just showed earlier, right? With the 5 and 5, with the 250 and 250, the 2000 and 2000 squared, right? Y'all remember that? So that is all based upon your personal line of sponsorship. I need you guys to understand what I'm saying here, because when we sponsor, sponsorship matters when we sponsor, okay? Remember, you definitely want to have 2 left, 2 right. It takes 2 to open up the comp plan though, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Now, let's just say you sponsor Kim. Kim sponsors Tony. Tony sponsors Ann. How many do you have counting towards your bronze on this right side? You've got 3, because everybody is in the line of sponsorship. Let's say you get love from above, and that happens to be Kim. Kim sponsors Tony, and then you sponsor Ann. How many do you have on your floor for the base income there? You've got 1. That would be Ann. Okay. And so there's 2 benefits here, as I like to think of it when it comes to sponsoring. 1 is what? We said it. It's the binary income. 2 is the baseline income. Okay. And so what many of us have been doing is we've been going back and we've structured this in a way in which the lines are connected. Right. And so if you just count right along this line right here, there's about 25 affiliate agents right here through this line. And so if they're all connected through the same referral sponsorship line, guess what? This person here already has 25. But here's the thing. We've got to understand what we're doing when we do this. If you're a little confused, then what you want to do is go to your upline. Okay. Because what we're doing in these instances is, as now this is you're ready to sponsor Tony. Okay. Tony's going to go here. But if Kim sponsors Tony, it's a complete sponsorship line, right? It's a complete sponsorship line. I'm saying this over and over again because repetition is the way we learn, right? And so understand, we want to make sure if this is one of your personals, then you're just going to sponsor the person and you'll sponsor them there, and Kim will benefit. How will Kim benefit? Through the binary plan, right? So I'm hoping that you're getting that. We'll open up for questions a little bit later. So look, I want to just focus on a couple of keys. Look, we're asking that each and every one of you be coachable. All right. We need you to drop your egos. We need you to kind of forget a little bit about what you know about sales and things that are like, because understand, this is not sales. What we do is we share. All right. All we're doing is sharing information with folks, and we're sharing information that can help them. So we're sorting. That's all we're doing. We give the information, we answer the questions, and we're fine with whatever the person's decision is, whether they want to become a member, whether they want to get started, whether they just want to refer people to you or what have you, right? So you definitely want to be coachable. You certainly want to be willing to work, folks. This is not a lottery ticket, even though you're going to get some love from above, all right? Understand that. You've got to have a burning desire. You got to be hungry, folks. That's just it. And that's why you see so many people right now that are working hard. So many people that are gathering, folks, that are out here sorting, that are out here sharing the video. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, right? But learn to love your phone. Your phone should become your best friend. You use it to make contacts. You use it to sponsor. You use it to sell. You use it to promote. you use it to train, you use it to encourage, and you use that phone to learn as well, right? And then now you want to get good at using meal times to build your business, right? So everybody has to eat. Take a friend to lunch, take them out to coffee. You know, in this text age, it's real easy to kind of start the talking with folks via text. You know, just ask them, are they available for coffee? Hey, are you open for coffee this evening, for lunch, tomorrow? You know, what have you? Just break the ice. And sometimes that's what we got to do with folks as we start to introduce them or try to sort them through whether or not they want to be in our business. You know, some folks are used to us just calling and just asking. You know, some of us are career networkers, right? And as a career worker, sometimes you want to work your way into or walk your way into that exposure, if you will, okay? And so meal times are always good. Make sure that you use tools. We want to tell stories. You want to relate to them. You want to promote the next event, the next exposure. Remember, folks, facts tell, stories sell. So you don't need to know all of the facts. Folks really don't want to know all of the facts. You can give a good explanation of what we do and the success that you are having just by sharing stories. Stories alone, folks, is incredible how we do that. Now, keys to success continue, right? You want to always prospect. What do I mean by that? Folks, we don't like to go out to prospect. We want to prospect while we're out. We're always looking for sharp people to introduce to our business, right? We're always doing that. So always be open. If you've got a phone and you've got that funnel app, you can capture that prospect in your phone and you can track them all the way through, walking them into the business. All right. It looks like we might need to make sure that everybody's muted out too. Now, conversations, they lead to business. And what we want to do is we want to have
monkey something is a dessert. I don't think it's called a monkey.
Thank you. All right. So look, conversations lead to business. That's just flat out. Okay. When you are out here prospecting, that's what you're doing. You're initiating, you're starting conversations with folks. Okay. So it's important that you're dressed properly, that you have a good demeanor, that you're smiling, right? Okay. Because people are only as comfortable with you as you are with them, right? And so make sure that you are presentable, if you will. You're not, looking, coming up to them with the hoodie on, you know what I mean? And maybe, make it a good day, smile and what have you. And then the other thing, folks, is we have to always be growing. Always be growing. I know that's not good vernacular, but I'm telling you, it's a good skill. Always be in learning mode, folks. Leadership is influence, and we have to learn leadership, and we have to learn how to increase our influence and learn how to use that influence for good to move people in directions that will benefit them and you, right? And so leadership is paramount, folks. Let's always be growing. Now, I need, again, some participation in the chat. Let me open up this chat. Now, we've got, about 61 folks on here now. Should be a little bit more than that. All right. And what I need you to do is I need you to type E in the chat. Move this. If you're excited about Secret, type E for excited, right? Are you excited about Secret? All right. I see Houston, Texas is excited. Miss Rains is excited. All right. We got quadruple E's. That almost looks like my shoe size width, right? All of these big old E's. No, it's not that bad, right? Dan James types an E as well. Gail White, E. Jennifer Ferguson, E. All right. Elaine Lee, E. Anthony Hood, E. All right. All of these E's. So we got a lot of folks that are excited, right? Adonna O'Murray, I see Miss Brown Booth is excited. We've got an iPhone that's excited. Kim Warren is excited. We've got a lot of folks that are excited about Secret, right? Okay, so look, let's move on to the next question, right? If you have not completed UN2, type me in the chat. Let's not forget about the participation now, all right? Let's be honest. If you haven't done it yet, Type me in the chat. Okay, thank you, Miss Matthews, for being honest. All right, Sherby Watkins, thank you. Miss Ferguson, thank you. We thank you for this, y'all. All right, type me, Anthony Hood, thank you. That iPhone, me. Preston, me. Oh my goodness, listen, Mr. Knight, Jerry McKnight, me. Maurice Wade, me. Brother Keys, me. Dana Rains, me. Adonal Murray, no, not you. You just did it. Okay, Sharon King, me. Kenny B, me. Gail White, me. iPhone, me. All right. Miss Witherspoon, me. We've got a lot of me's in here, right? Not a problem, because we're going to fix that, folks. We're going to fix that. Now, let's move on. If you know that you can do better, if you know, I don't know how long all of those me's have been in the business, but we've only been doing this since about February 8th. All right. And if you know that you can do better, I just want you to type "I will" in the chat. All right. I see "I will." I will. I will. If you know that you can do better, right? I will. Man, I appreciate you all for lending me your strength and participating. I will. I will. Look at how this is rolling through. I will. I will. I love this. I love this. I will. Miss Vivian Brown Booth. I will. Thank you for your participation. See, I know that you're listening. I know that you're not watching TV. It's March Madness. I think they're playing basketball right now. I haven't watched any, okay? But I appreciate you all for paying attention and utilizing and helping me with this training. Thank you so much. Okay, UN2 is important. We already talked about it because it qualifies you for commissions, right? You become qualified in this business. We want to be active with our membership, and you become qualified when you have one active member on the left, one active member on the right. That's why it's so important. Thank you again, everybody, for playing team. Now, when will you get your UN2? I need you to type that in the chat. All right, we're setting some goals here today. All right, I hope you all have been here since the beginning. We got more and more folks chiming in. Oh my goodness, somebody said tonight. My goodness, that's what I'm talking about. I see this week. Who else? Come on now. This week. All right, I put some of y'all on the spot. There we go. Tomorrow, this week. I like that. Come on, let's continue to take by the end of the month. All right, I'll take that. See what I'm saying? Folks, all we're doing right now is we're committing. And guess what? We're being accountable right now to our sponsors, because guess what? Your sponsor is watching this chat. Folks, when will you get your UN2? Type it in the chat. I need you guys to participate here. Think about it. When is the best time for you to do it? The best time is right now. We want to get started tonight. Okay, I'll let you get a good rest, all right, and digest the information that you're getting here tonight, right? But let's get started tomorrow. You've got a sponsor. Thank you, Danny Jans. Thank you so much for that. This week, right? I need to add 2 to the right. Should be this week. All right, I got you. Yeah, Maurice Wade, you got a nice side growing. Okay, yeah, you just started your left, and now you're ready to start and add something to the right. Good stuff. I appreciate that. That's going to be an awesome right side line over there as well. Margaret says this week. Thank you for that. All right. So look, I appreciate y'all participating in the chat. I'm just trying to tell you folks, why is this important? Because we want to focus on quantity. We want to focus on quantity over quality. Now, I know everybody wants to have a quality organization and we want quality people, okay? But here's the thing. We're building a business. And who are we to discriminate on who's quality and who's not? For me, everybody is quality. And if they're not quality, guess what? I'm not doing my job if I'm not helping them to move towards what someone else might consider quality. All I'm looking to do is help them get better. So my presence in a person's life should help them get better. Why? Because I consider myself a leader. All right. Leaders help people do for themselves what they ordinarily would not have done had that leader not been there. Right. And so that's what it's all about, folks. I'm telling you, we're going to learn some stuff. We're going to get better. Quantity leads to the quality. So as you're putting everybody on your list, as you're talking to everybody that you come in contact with, right? You're going to find the quality in there. But the thing is, see, we want to just sort. We want to do the sorting. We want to discriminate. Oh, this person won't want to do it. Oh, this person will want to do it. No, we let everybody think about when somebody discriminates against you. They make the decision for you whether you want it or not, right? You don't like it, so don't impress that upon others. Quality is not as important as the feedback. Quality is not as important as the feedback and the growth that you get through quantity, right? Because you're doing the thing right now, right? Learning is repetition. That's what we do. We learn through repetition. We learn through doing the thing. Guess what? Wouldn't you like to mess up in the quantity phase before and learn how to do it before you actually get to your quality prospects? Now, that's not how we're going to attack it, because really, if you use the system, you're using your upline and you're working with folks that are much better than you, then we can start talking to the quality people. We can sort your list and we can start talking to more of the quality folks ahead of time because you're using third party. But when we talking about your growth, you're going to get better doing the quantity, all right? And you'll qualify yourself to start working with people of more quality, right? These cues are starting to confuse me a little bit, right? So I hope I'm just being clear enough that you can understand, right? So quantity is the answer to almost every weakness in your business. I need you to think about that. Quantity is the answer to almost every weakness in your business. Do you need to talk to more people? Do you need to follow up with more people? Do you need to walk more people into the business? Do you need to talk to more people? Do you need to make more invites? Do you need to add more people to your list? Quantity, folks, is what we're talking about here, man. And I just hope I can get us to understand that, because just so often we just really put so much emphasis on quality, okay? And it's the quantity. I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. I make up in numbers what I lack in skill, right? And so listen, we need to identify areas in your business that you can improve by initiating more quantity. Now, we just talked about a whole bunch of them just a few seconds ago, so I won't go through that again. So look, I asked you to grab pen and paper, okay? And we're going to take a few moments and we're going to work on this list, y'all. We're going to work on this list. So if you haven't done so, I need you to grab pen and paper. This is going to be important because I'm going to need you to write down. We're going to make a comprehensive list right now, as comprehensive as we can make over the next 10, 15 minutes, all right? You're going to come back and you're going to complete your list. I just want you to put names down right now. You can put names and numbers. You can go ahead and put names and numbers. What we're going to do with this list, get a nice clean sheet, because you are going to make a copy of this list and you're going to make sure that your sponsor gets it. Remember, we're focusing on accountability, all right? And we're going to share that with your sponsor, all right? So look, I'm trying to give you a moment to grab pen and paper, because I know some of you right now are, you got your phone and you got your TV going, right? Grab the pen and paper. Let's get this exercise done. You don't want to be the one that when your sponsor calls tomorrow and he sees you on this list, he or she sees you as a participant here, and they call you tomorrow and ask you about your list and you don't have one, right? Because understand, so let's participate. Remember, I need participation. We need participation. We're one team with one beat, right? So let's start with your family, right? We're going to start with your family. How about your mom and dad? If they're still around, put them on the list. I say that because yeah, I'm a caregiver. I know we got a lot of caregivers on the line here today, but if you're fortunate enough to still have mom and dad always support in most cases, right? The unfortunate part of this business is sometimes it will treat you just like you've treated others. Your past can affect how you initially get started in a business like this, right? And so sometimes we gotta learn how to apologize. You know, and one thing I want to apologize to is I want to apologize to you all, because this was scheduled for 12 o'clock yesterday. All right, as you're still writing, right? Let's move to the next. in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law. I want to apologize to you as you write, right? Because this was scheduled for 12 o'clock yesterday. I know some of you put that in your schedules. I wasn't able to make that happen. So I appreciate you juggling your schedule and being here tonight. Thank you so much for that, right? Grandparents, put your grandparents on the list. Mom's side, dad's side, right? Put them on here. Children, if they're of age. My children are in the business, right? They always follow me. Brothers and sisters, put them on the list. Right now, you should be writing. If I could see your cameras, and I'm not looking at your cameras, but somebody probably is. Your sponsor probably is, right? Now, here's the thing. This is what I would want to see. I would want to see pen in hand, and I would want to see you down like this writing, right? And so let's get those aunts and uncles on the list. Yes, indeed, right? How about nieces and nephews? Put them on the list. Understand, we're just sorting. We're giving them the opportunity to take a look at a professional presentation, our 16-minute overview, right? That's all we're doing. Your cousins, got a ton of cousins. Put them on the list. Friends and associates, how about that? Let's put them on the list, right? How about your neighbors? Neighbor to the left, neighbor to the right, neighbor to the front, across the street, neighbor behind you, right? Both of your backyards touch, right? Separated only by a fence. Put them down. Who do you work with? Put them on the list. Who do you worship with? Okay. Always good to go to these sorts of people. How about your hobby buddies, right? Fraternity, sorority, right? If you're a Mason or what have you, right? Fantasy football leagues, fantasy basketball, baseball leagues, what have you, friends and associates, all of them, put them on the list. I'm gonna tell you, when you accomplish your goals in this business, the worst thing that could happen is one of your friends come back and say, man, why didn't you tell me? Well, that might be the second worst. The absolute worst is when somebody in your family or one of your good friends comes back and they're on somebody else's team because you didn't say anything to them. And I'm telling you, folks, we working with some professionals over here. They are sorting very, very fast. With whom do you bowl with? Okay. Play football with, maybe you're a coach or something like that. Golf, in your hobbies, think about it. Do you play racquetball? I was introduced to racquetball in college. Was fortunate enough we had a racquetball court there, right? Tennis, volleyball, any other games that you might play that involve others. I was watching something on Facebook and I see I got a cousin down in Raleigh, North Carolina. She's big in kickball, all right? They're starting their kickball tryouts, okay? And so anybody that you're associating with like that, put them on the list. We want you to follow your dollars. I'm gonna talk about that in a moment. With whom have you been associated with? Former coaches, okay? Somebody that's coached you. Maybe you are a coach. Who have you coached? Okay. I'm telling you, folks, these are areas in which, especially if you're a coach, understand you have influence. Influence. It just gets you in the door. Okay. I'm telling you, folks, it's huge when you use that influence, right? Now, former coworkers. We talked about that a little bit. Former roommates, college. Maybe you were at a boarding school in high school or what have you. Former teachers, right? People from your hometown, you should be writing right now. I need you to take this exercise just as important as you would take it if you were working with one of your new agents just getting started. What kind of list would you want them to have, right? And so let's write down right now, folks. I'm going to ask you to type how many folks you've got on your list in the chat when we conclude this, right? And so previous neighbors, right? We occasionally go back to our old neighborhood. I got a good friend on the line right now who lived in that neighborhood. We just drove through yesterday. I almost said today, but it was yesterday, just to check on a house, our old house. It's a rental now, but we've got neighbors, and it's crazy to find out what's going on with neighbors, right? With old neighbors. I mean, there's a lot is going on. So put down previous neighbors, right? Anybody that you've been in the military with, all right? Retired coworkers. Who's already retired? Maybe they're ready looking for a little extra income, right? Now would be a good time to reach out to them. Old schoolmates, high school buddies. Maybe you're fortunate enough to have some junior high school buddies, okay, that you still keep in contact with or need to reacquaint yourself with, right? We've got a lot of old folks on social media, and I say older relationships, if you will, not say old for older folks, but schoolmates. Let's reach out to some of them, right? Who was your boss? Okay. Follow your dollar. That's very important. Who's your mechanic? All right. Who's your accountant? You're spending money with these folks, right? Now it's tax season. Okay. Who's doing your taxes? Okay. Now they might be a little bit busy for business, but guess what? When they finish those taxes, they're gonna want to take a little bit of a break. They may be satisfied with like one of these nice getaways, right? Who's your banker? Right? Your babysitter, your caregiver, your child care provider, right? Who sold you your car? Who's your dentist? Just went to the dentist the other day. My wife will be going tomorrow. And I mentioned something to my dentist as well about what? Our company, right? Got an exposure out. It's incredible. Your doctors, right? Who's your kids' dentist? Who do your kids go to? Who do you take your kids to when they get sick, right? Who do you go to for your dry cleaning? Who does your hair? You go to your hairstylist and your barber and you support their businesses on a regular basis. Shouldn't they at least take a look at what you're doing? Absolutely, they should, right? And so, look, folks, I hope you guys are writing down names. Okay, housekeeper. Do you have anybody to come over and clean your house, folks? Put them on the list, right? Who sold you your insurance, life insurance, health insurance, homeowners insurance, health, any kind of insurance out there, folks? Look, have you ever used an attorney? All right, merchants. Who do you spend your money with? Your pharmacist. Who's your pharmacist, right? Real estate agents. Okay, they help you buy your house or they help you sell your house. Okay, they made a nice commission. Shouldn't they at least listen to what you have to say, right? Who's your travel agent, right? Okay, understand, we've got travel agents on this line right here today. Matter of fact, one of the best ones I know of introduced me, Miss Kim Warren, all right? So we've got travel agents that are involved right here, right now today. Put them on your list, right? Maybe we'll get a little testimonial as to why she does this business as a travel agent. Maybe we can get that a little bit later, right? But who do you know in different states, folks? We got to expand. 20% of your business should be within your own locality. 80% should be outside of your locality, right? And so who do you know in Alabama? Start writing. Who do you know in cold Alaska, right? Who do you know in Arizona? Who do you know in Arkansas, folks? Just think about, and let's think about the immediate states right around you. I'm in the DMV area, right? And so Maryland, DC, and Virginia. Who do you know in those areas? Colorado. Where would you like to visit? Who do you know in those cities, those states, those towns, right? Delaware, Florida. You should be writing right now with a profuseness right now, trying to put this list together. You should be writing this list as if each one of these names on this list could earn you or could make you $1,000. That could, some of these names could make you well over that, right? Could you imagine having somebody like a Dr. David Hollins on your team, right? Put them on your list where they're already in the business, right? But put your own doctors on your list, right? You got to put them on there, right? You never know, right? Who do you know in Hawaii? Man, I love to go out and start building something in Hawaii with somebody, right? Georgia, right? Idaho, right? Illinois. Who do you know? Indiana. Folks, we could just keep naming states. You should be writing as that name pops up. Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana. Write down who do you know in these areas, right? Maryland. We just talked about Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan. Who do you know in Minnesota? I'm hoping that you're writing right now, okay? Writing, building. This is helping you get the quantity that we need on your list, right? Who do you know in Mississippi? Who do you know in Massachusetts? Who do you know in Michigan? Okay, Minnesota, Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi on there twice, okay? Montana, Nebraska, Nevada. Who do you know in New Hampshire, right? Okay, we're in some of those northern states up there with Mr. Frank Brito right now and John Keyes, right? Okay, they're up there in those New Hampshire, Boston, and Rhode Island areas. New Jersey, who do you know in New Jersey? New Jersey is always a good state. New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota. Who do you know in these different spots, right? Ohio, Oklahoma. Who do you know in Oregon, Pennsylvania? Shouldn't you have a business that is operating in every territory here in the United States? South Carolina, South Dakota. Who do you know? Now, look, let me just go back to South Carolina, because see, we got some folks from South Carolina on this call here. I've been working with some of you men and women for years. And so I just want to say, put everybody you know on the list, right? Even if you've already done something with them before. Why? Because you're updating them on what you're doing right now. Don't preclude them because they might be in something else. Don't preclude them because they're in another company with you. Okay. Don't do that. Let them know what you have so they can make their own decisions. Tennessee, Texas. Okay. We got a lot of folks on the line from Texas right now. Texas is getting busy under the leadership of the Hollands, right? Those two doctors. Yes, indeed. Utah, right? Vermont, Virginia, DMV area, Washington, that's the state of Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Okay, listen, think about some other things that you might have where you got names and numbers, right? Okay, so maybe you got an online contact manager, address book, an email list, your cell phone contacts. See, one of the things we're going to talk a little bit about rapid funnel, folks, and I'm just here to tell you, look, you want to go to all of your resources to build a comprehensive list, right? Your business cards. These folks are already, they're interested in business because they have business cards, right? The biggest thing you're going to have to overcome is that, they may not really want to interfere with their own business to do something else. But in that case, what, folks? They can become a member. They can become a customer, right? What other countries? Who do you know in other countries, folks? Who do you know in social media? Now, I'm going to show you something, folks, because we're talking about this rapid funnel, right? Let me just show you something. All right. Let me see. Where are we with regards to time? Okay, we've got about 10 minutes to 10, and I'm almost finished. Now, here's the thing. Let's go to the chat. If you could, I would like to see folks type in the chat how many people you were able to put on your list. Open and transparent, right? 75. Thank you, Miss Matthews. 21, Sheila Abram. Incredible. Who else is willing to tell us? Jerry Knight, 30. Congratulations. Miss Brown Booth, 35. Adon Murray, 31. Lee Margaret, 36. Danny Jans, 28. Jennifer Ferguson, 35. Colleen Emery, 18. iPhone, 25. Who else? Anyone else? 35 off the top of my head. Good stuff, Coach Wade. Preston, Austin, awesome, 41. Sherby, 18 and still writing. How you writing and typing at the same time? I got to learn that trait. Just joking. Anyway, Mr. Hood, I saw you on there. The Bruz. Yes, indeed. The Bruz. Absolutely. I got you with that. Mr. Jerry McKnight, for sure. Elaine Lee, 35. All right. Miss Lee, I see you on the platform. I see what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. We're going to see you hitting rank very, very soon. Excited about what you're doing. Absolutely. So listen, folks, y'all see that the exercise works. What I'm going to ask all of you all to do is continue on your list. Continue working on that list. Put the numbers beside it. Also, categorize the list. Qualify it in some sorts of ways. Let us know right on the list whether this is your uncle, your cousin, your mom, your dad, your insurance person, okay? Qualify that list so we got an idea of who we're talking to. Make a copy of it and get it to your sponsor. If you see your folks on the line here today, sponsors, okay, then you need to you want to go to them tomorrow, follow up with them, check with them. You can show them your list and get their list, right? Because we're here to help the people that we bring onto the team sort through their prospects, right? And so now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with folks as you have them on a paper list? What we're going to do is we're going to start to expose them to our business, and we're going to expose them to our business utilizing this particular app, right? And what I would do, well, let me just say, if I'm exposing somebody, it would go something like this. I would call them up. It would be something like, How you doing today, John? I'm running out the door. I'm super excited that I caught you. I just started a business. I'm really excited about it. If I shot you a quick video, would you be able to watch it straight away? It's just a 16-minute video. Would you be able to watch it straight away? They'll say yes or no. Let's just say they say yes. I say, great. It's a 16-minute video. I'm also evaluating a valuable tool that I'm going to be sending this video to you through. This tool allows me to see when you click and open up the text that I'm going to send the video to you in. It's going to let me know how much of it you watch. So please watch it all the way through. You're going to be excited by the information. So listen, I'm about to shoot that to you, and you're going to be able to watch that, what you said, straight away, right? So if I call you back in, say 15 minutes or say 20 minutes, it's 10 o'clock now. If I call you back at 10:30, would you have watched the video? Yes, I would have watched the video. Well, thank you, John. I'm going to go ahead and shoot that video out to you straight away. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my funnel app, right? I'm going to come back to my funnel app, and I'm going to start right here. I'm going to click this plus. I'm going to put their name, their telephone, and well, I'm going to click the plus. If they're already in my phone, I can click the little wizard here, right? And it will and then I'll type the name. Oh, I'll find the name in the list. It'll bring up everything in my phone. And I just select the person and it will automatically input. Sometimes the number does not come up. You may have to input the number, but then you save. When you save, what does it do? It asks you, okay, when you initiate it, I'm sorry, when you initiate the contact, you're initiating it now, you're putting it in. Once you put it in, okay, it's going to ask you, do you want to input one or more contacts? So you start out here on this page. We're going to hit up here, import, and then we're going to select one contact, right? I don't like to do multiple contacts. That's what we're going to do, right? When you do that, you input the name, the number, and now it comes in. What I want to suggest to everybody, when you get this funnel app, and your sponsor will give you the information so that you can get the funnel app, input yourself. So that way you can send yourself resources, the 16-minute video. Now, let's go back to my prospect, John. I'm putting his information in here now. And so I put his name, his number, and what have you. I've saved it. And now guess what? As I come here, guess what it's going to ask me? Do I want to schedule a follow-up? Well, guess what? I set a time to follow up with John, didn't I? So yes, I want to set a follow-up. I'll click that button. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to set a task right here for me to follow up with my prospect at 10:30, right there. Any notes I want to put in here about my prospect or about any of the contacts, I can put it right here. This is an excellent tool, folks. I just want to let you know. Next, what I'm going to do now is I still need to send them the video, right? So I'm going to click resources. Let me go back. I'm going to click resources right here, send resources. And then I'm going to select opportunity. The drop down, I'm going to select this box right here. Boom. And when I select the Ultimate Lifestyle Club video, if there's an email in the contact, it'll give me that option. This is text. Now, what I want to share with you all, let's just say you've got folks in Messenger on Facebook. Maybe you don't have their number, but y'all have been friends. You converse with them. I never spam anybody. Let me say that again. I never spam anybody. Let me say it again. Don't spam anybody, okay? Talk to them first, either via text or via the phone, right? And so if you're using Messenger where you don't have a number, but you can call them, guess what? You still go back in and you put their contact in. You just type their name in here. You type their name. You type their first and last name, and here I just put like 1, 2, and then in the notes, I put Facebook Messenger. Okay, and so when we get back to here, what we're going to do is we're going to click share. And when you click that share, it's going to give you other tools that you can, other apps that you can contact people and share within those apps. But at the top, it says copy. And when you click copy, you're copying the link. And so when you copy that link, now you can go to Facebook Messenger and paste it in the person that into your contacts information, because you're friends with them in Facebook Messenger, right? And so as you copy it there, guess what? Now you still have the same capabilities to come back and actually look at the activity log. So you'll see when they click the video, you'll see how much of the video of it that they watch. You'll get notifications. You can do that, folks. Some of you may or may not have known that, but that is something very valuable. Why? Because it opens up a ton more of folks for you to do what? Exposed to our business, right? And so, folks, I'm just telling you, man, we've got some incredible tools. We've got some incredible leaders that are here to work with you. Look, if you get stuck, what I like to say, when you get stuck, we want you to do a three-way phone call. You get a question, you just say, hey, hold on for a second. You're doing your follow-ups. Call the person that you're using for three ways in advance. Let them know, hey, I'm going to be doing follow-up calls for about the next hour. Can you be available for three-way phone calls? You call up your prospect and he says, yeah, I liked it, man. I got some questions. You just say, hold on for a second, right? Okay. And it just depends on your prospect. You know, I really like for you to do the edification beforehand, but some prospects you might not be able to do the edification. You might have to just say, hold on for a second, click over, and then you click over, dial your person. Hey, I got John on the line. He's got some questions. I'm going to go ahead and do the edification for you while you're on the line. And boom, click it over, right? And so continue to grow your list. Make a copy of that list and share it with your upline leader for assistance, folks. This is huge. What you want to be is you want to be a team member, and you want to, in future trainings like this, you want to have 5 and 6 lists coming to you with 100+ names or more on them, right? And so your list should continuously be growing. We talked a little bit about prospecting earlier. We'll do some additional trainings and actually teach you the verbiage and philosophies behind doing some prospecting later. But understand this, folks. I'm hoping that I've given you some good information, right? But education with no activity is almost useless. So you're learning something today. We need you to put it to work. The real learning comes from the doing. You got to do it, folks. All right. I mean, there's no other way. You just got to do it. So in the contacting and inviting process, folks, just keep it super simple, right? I personally, I don't give out any information unless the person agrees to do something for me. All right. And if you heard me do the example of how I approach folks or contact and invite, and I always use, I won't say always, most of the time I use if I, would you, in some way, shape, or form. If I send you a short 16-minute video delineating what this is all about, would you watch it straight away? Would you be able to watch it by 12 p.m., by noon? Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, there's a couple examples of what we say and how we say it. Okay. But if I, would you, that's it. I want them to commit to doing something. And see, this is what professionals do. Professionals sort, amateurs convince. I have no time to convince anybody of anything all the time in the world to sort, right? Let's keep in mind, folks, feel, fail, found. Simple stuff. You know, I'm taking it way back. This might be elementary to some, it might be new to others, but this is one of the best ways to overcome objections. Feel, fail, found. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found was I joined this company. I had a lot of help from above. Got a great sponsor, and they showed me how to turn simple vacations into making some substantial income or making extra income, right? Feel, fail, found. You don't even have to add anything. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. What I found was this company was totally different. Before you make your final decision, listen, let me put you on the phone with my partner. Hold on for a second. Right? And then you come back with your partner, okay? One of the best ways to overcome objections for me is just to repeat it. Oh, well, Mr. Murray, I don't have the money for this. You don't have the money? And then they start talking more, right? See, what I want is I want information. One of the things that I like most about Dr. Curry is Dr. Curry, well, he is famous for asking you, well, asking you questions so that he can understand what's important to you. And so we got to get used to doing that. You got to ask the questions, and that brings you and gives you, it empowers you to move forward, right? So repeat the objection, all right? Don't argue with folks. Don't get upset because you start getting people defensive. Let's also remember form. When you're out here talking to folks, you're prospecting, right? All right, remember form, faith or family, ask them questions like this. Are you married? Do you have kids? See, these are the things that you're going to put in the notes section in your funnel app, right? What do you do for a living? Question, tell me about it. You see, when you say tell me about it, that's when you start getting how much they like it, how much they don't like it. They love being a teacher, but the pay isn't that good. You see what I'm saying? And so these are the mental notes, and then the notes that you put in your app, right? Now, let's remember this as well. The R stands for recreation. What do you like to do in your spare time? And the M, money. If money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Elaborate. Tell me more. Okay, people like to talk. All you got to do is just give them the chance. Open up your ears and close your mouth. Ask the right questions, open-ended questions, and it leads you to the information. Okay, now, as we get ready to close, I'll say I'm a little bit over, right? Got about 2 more slides, right? I just want to give you some closing tips, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 means you have no interest, 10 being ready to join our team. Where do you see yourself? Oh, I see myself as a 8. Great. That's a good number. Is there anything else you need to know in order to get started with our team today? All right. Did you understand everything that you heard and saw? Great. Do you have any questions? Outstanding. Is there anything else you need to know before getting started? That's it. Well, come on over here. Let's get you started. Well, look, I'm going to shoot you the link, and I need you to jump on this Zoom. I'm going to walk you through the process of getting started. That's the verbiage, the language that we use. So listen, folks, in closing, I want you to think about how many conversations you need to make to match your ambition. We set some goals. You set some goals for yourself. Our first exercise, right? How much you wanted to make on a monthly basis. Your sponsor is going to ask you about these things, right? If you're sharp, you should be sending it to your sponsor so they know what they need to help you with, right? If you're a good sponsor, you're going to ask, right? So how much do you need? How much do you want to make on a monthly basis? How many hours are you willing to put to that per week? How many months are you willing to work that number of hours to make that amount of money? Okay. And if I can show you how to do it, is there anything else you need to know before getting started? Folks, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this information with you here today. As usual, I overtalk things, but if we have some time, maybe we can. Ms. Warren, did you want to take some questions or what have you? Or
certainly, if that's up to you, Mr. Murray, it's up to you if you'd like to take some questions or not. Give us a lot of information, and I'm sure some of us won't mind staying on a little longer because this was absolutely fantastic. So if you'd like to take questions, we certainly can do that.
All right. If you can help me with that, I appreciate it. Not only that, but as we do that, why don't you, if you don't mind, I know that you are a travel agent, maybe you can share, why you as a travel agent, as people may gear up for their questions, and maybe you can take a minute or so and just share with us why you joined Secret.
Well, first of all, it's because of the people. The people on this team, this is a great group of people. There's not a better group of fun-loving, positive-minded, just potential-seeking people that you could want to be around. This is a fantastic group, whether we were making money or not. This is a group of people that you want to be around. Great influences, integrity, all of that. That's first. I want to be wherever this group of people are. Number two, as a travel agent, I mean, the online agency that we have is still like no different than other resources that's already out there. I mean, there's still a Priceline, there's still a Booking.com, there's still an Expedia out there. That's not, that's don't take away from what I do. As a matter of fact, using a travel agent, to be honest, sometimes is not, you might not always find the best or the cheapest price. Sometimes we can find great deals, it's true enough, but you're getting a personalized service. You know what I'm saying? You're getting us with that. But still, these other resources are out there anyway. But how about, I don't get anything at all if someone goes to Expedia and book their own trip, or somebody goes to Booking.com. But guess what? They may not be booking with me anyway. But guess what? I bring them into the club secret and they get a club membership. I get to still benefit from that. That is amazing. And then the relationships that Secret has with some of these contracted hotels and resorts, they can get deals that I can get. And so that's what I'm excited about. So yeah, and then it's not always about the money. I'm glad to be able to travel with our team and other people, or even if I do a group getaway for my family, I don't have to make a commission off of that. If I can get them the best price, it's not always about getting the commission. And this, like I said, just to have fun with this great group of people, find these amazing deals and get the discounts that we can get daily deals. With my agency, I can't get a discount at Sam's Club. I can't get discounts at concerts. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have medical benefits. I don't have medical in the palm of my hands with my travel agency. So there's all the benefits that you get with this club. It's just hands down nothing like it. Nothing like it. So look, I'd rather join them and be a part and keep it moving. So thank you.
Outstanding. Outstanding. We definitely appreciate that. I do see that we have one question in the chat, and we have a person that's having issues with the send box. What I'm gonna say is you might need to scroll down to the bottom a little bit, and on the resource page, when you select your resource, you may need to scroll down a little bit to send it out. You might need to scroll down a little bit. If not, reach out to me. I'll have to get that answer from Ben if that's not the case. You may need to download the app again if there's something that's not working within the app itself. I'm not that technical really to know how that part of the app might be working or not. But we'll get it worked out, even if you gotta uninstall it and reinstall it again to get it to work properly for you.
Great.
Great. And I see we've got big brother Eric Teray Muhammad on the line. Go ahead, sir. You can unmute. Uh-oh.
Let's see.
We might need to move him forward.
Should be able to.
Let's see.
Can't find his name. I don't even see his name. Oh, I see him. Okay, try it again, Brother Teray. There you go.
Me. Revolution. Man, what an amazing training tonight.
Thank you.
And I want to make a comment about it, but before I do, I also saw that rapid funnel question regarding the send button. Many times, more often than not, you may have included the contact, but it doesn't include the phone number of the person. So if the phone number is not there, the message icon will not show. It'll only give you ability to share, and that's the extent of it. And you won't see the button. So make sure that you see the phone number there. If it's not there, just like Mr. Murray said, you would have to copy and paste. I mean, you go back to the actual contact, copy the number, and then paste the number into the contact in your rapid funnel. That's been the experience I've had regarding that. So now, I just want to thank all of you who showed up